So I'll start recording now. And then I guess we'll just talk through what our goals are, like our personal goals for this month. Like if you want to, talk rank advancement, what in your mind is something that you want to achieve this month. And it doesn't have to be rank. It could just, it could be whatever it is that you have in mind. It could be, how many challengers do you want to add, how many coaches, that sort of thing. And then we'll talk about if we want to do that free group and ideas for that. And then, if we do, choose a week, and then we'll go from there. That sound good?
Perfect.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and start with your goals? Let me grab my.
So I actually just had a meeting with Mary Catherine or a call about my power hour because I felt like, I don't know, I was just not doing it well. And I wasn't having consistency with people and all this. So literally in the past week since I had the call with her and kind of revamped my power hour, I've seen a huge change, which is a great thing. But I think what my goal for this month is to add coaches. Mm-hmm. So I don't have as much trouble like reaching out and talking to people per se, but I think my goal is, now that I've like mastered my power hour and I feel confident in it, is doing more posting and getting coaches under me. Before, I was always thinking it had to be somebody who needed a change rather than someone who was already working on health and fitness. So I think I was searching for people who didn't have any guidance, and I was trying to push them. So I'm trying to revamp my mind around it's okay to reach out to people who are already on a journey and to pull them in as coaches. So that's my goal, is to add coaches under me. And like I said, not necessarily rank advance. I think I'm trying to just get my feet under me and walking steadily, but really to work on my coaching side of adding.
Sure. So I'm glad you bring that up, because I'm kind of the opposite I feel like I search so much for people who are already on a journey. And I mean, I do a little bit of both, because I see the need for people who, you wish to start something but have never been able to because they don't have the avenue or the platform. But at the beginning, I thought, well, it'll be so much easier if they're already on a journey and just bring them in. Did she have any recommendations as far as like how to how to approach them? Because I find that they're like, when I approach those people, that they are very much, nope, this is what I do. This is what I enjoy. It works for me. I'm just curious what she kind of.
Not really. More so just the conversation, the conversation going back and forth. So she showed me a bunch of her Instagram conversations that she's had, just kind of starting with the basic, your kids are so cute or something like that, just kind of making the conversation, and then saying, you're doing so well, have you ever thought of paying it forward? And then she's had a bunch of people that say, no, I'm good on my, and then she says, lately I've been persistent with people and say, why don't you want to share? Just all you're doing is sharing your story. Mm-hmm. So really, she said, just by doing that is how she's been getting people, is just being a little bit more persistent. Before, she would just take no for an answer. And then now she's being more, but nothing more than kind of what all of our trainings are telling us to do.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's where I get stuck, is when people say no, I'm like, okay, I don't, because I don't want to
push it. I'm the same way.
Maybe I'll try and do that, because, even just that one extra message.
Yeah. And she said that, like, she showed me one where she's like, I really think you would be great. And she kind of pushed it. And she said, I'm not trying to push you. I just see so much potential in you as a coach in changing people's lives. And then she said, you know what? I have a sneak peek coming up. Would you be willing to look at it? So I know our team is doing, hopefully soon, but we're doing a sneak peek from just our coaches on her team. Mm-hmm. And so that, I think, is going to be a game changer. And I'm excited for that, because I think that's going to be something where it's people in our own group instead of like the massive Ashley group, which is
Right.
perfect, but it's intimidating when you don't know any of those people. I think it is.
Sure.
Or when they're all diamond coaches and it's like, I'm never going to get there. It's like diamond coaches aren't real people. So I think when you see like regular coaches, you're like, okay, I can do that.
Right.
So that is, and she said she's had really good success of just kind of saying, would you look at our sneak peek and going from there.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I'll use that. I'll try and do that extra message and see how it goes. Cause they, they have so much potential, and they're doing all of the, doing all of the things that we're doing. And, it's so frustrating when they're like, no, I'm good. And it's like BBG and what is it? TUI or
Tone it up. Yeah.
They're like the main ones that are, they're very loyal, which is great. But they're hard to crack. And I'm like, because they're so consistent. And
yeah, I have a lot of It Works people, a lot.
Oh yeah. And I don't know a lot about that.
I don't know too much. I tried to do a little bit of research on it, and I didn't like a lot of the stuff that they have. But the other thing is there's one, I don't know if Sindel knows him or not, but there is one guy in our hometown. He's actually one of my husband's good friends who does Thrive, and he started Thrive in our hometown, and he kind of has all these branches of people now that are Thrivers. And so I know that is like, those are the two that come on my feed. It's either Beachbody or Thrive. And so those people who do Thrive kind of have that same training, or they must, because they put out the same posts that we do. And so it's hard, and they're not easy to crack either. They kind of want to stick with their patch and pills and all that stuff.
Yeah. That's what I'm finding too. They're just happy where they're at. And it's like, oh, come on. Cool. Okay. So, then my goals for this month, obviously to add coaches, that's going to be huge for me. Just because, this last couple of weeks have been really tough with people, going inactive, and I don't know what it is about January, but it has been tough for coaches, great for challengers, tough for coaches. So it's been kind of a struggle a little bit. So that's going to be something I'm really going to be focusing on, and really getting out my posting, making sure that I'm doing my coaching calls, and probably even bumping it up from one. I usually do it once a week, usually on Sunday nights or Monday mornings. And I'll probably start do it at least 2 times a week. And then also to get Lindsay to at least Ruby would be a big goal for this month. And then my husband to Emerald. So kind of have 3 main goals, but having him to Emerald is kind of like me adding coaches. So that's kind of like a box deal. And then obviously to, help you guys in any way that I can, and, get us to where we're going, and, make sure that this group runs smoothly, and that everyone feels comfortable and excited to kind of all be working together and trying and learning new things. I think Team Cup's so great because you get people from, we're all kind of from the same team, like you said, like from, we're all kind of originated from Ashley, but you're with Mary Catherine, and she has different ways of doing things than Ashley does, and maybe I have different ways of doing it. So it's kind of fun to come and talk about the things that maybe we don't hear as often, because everyone has different perspectives. And even just like, you thinking that, or going for people who are established in their journey, and me having the opposite. So it's kind of fun to hear different perspectives on that. So I'm really just looking forward to learning from you all, and hearing, feedback on what works for you guys and what doesn't, and vice versa. So I'm excited about that. Okay. So do you want to run a free group this month, or do you already have something in mind? Okay. So I don't know if you watched that Sarah Try video. Did you? That was posted. Okay, I don't think it's available anymore. But she did a video on scheduling out your. Do you know who Sarah Try is? She's.
If I saw her, I'm terrible with names. So if I saw her, I might.
She did a webinar about scheduling out your 6 month, like the next 6 months of your year, and like told you exactly when to post and when to schedule the beginning and end of your challenge groups, and when to have your free groups within your month and that sort of thing. And so she was saying that, which kind of makes sense because I've always done 5-day Monday through Friday groups, but then opening it on the Friday before so that they have the weekend to, maybe shop or whatever with grocery lists. And she was like, that is way too long. And I'm like, when people do lose, I guess they do lose interest. So she was suggesting doing just a 3-day group, and do it like either Monday to Wednesday, or, I have mine set up Tuesday to Thursday, like midweek. But with 5 of us, it might be nice to do a 5-day one. That way we can each take a day where, we can, plan out that day and contribute in that way. But I don't know, that might be something that we talk further into on our next call when more people can hop on. But I don't know if you have any ideas of groups that you have been wanting to try, things that have worked for you in the past that you might want to do again. I know that I was thinking, I saw someone post something about a recipe swap the other day where there's like a theme for each day, and then people can bring recipes that coordinate with that, that like Mexican or Italian or whatever. So that might be kind of fun to do something like that. Or this morning I was thinking if we wanted to do it like more as a recruitment style, like have something to offer them at the end of the week, we could do where we all come up with kind of like a HIIT workout, like a I don't know, 6 to 10 move HIIT workout for the day. And so we have one Monday through Friday where obviously they have these takeaways where they can do them throughout the week and then take them away and use them as they see fit to add to their workouts, or when they just need something quick. And then, we can offer them with, okay, at the end of the week, this is a great way to, great place to start. But we have so much more to offer, if you have complete, we have, our groups and where you have accountability and you have check-ins and support and, yada, 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 do the whole spiel. So I don't know, that kind of really triggered to me because I thought, I haven't done anything like that yet, but I did a poll this week with some of the people who have been liking and commenting on all my stuff. And I just simply asked them, I really appreciate your support. I'm just kind of taking a poll to see what kind of posts you guys like, and I listed off food and nutrition, workouts and fitness. I my mom, I have a son, so I talk about being a mom all the time, and so I just listed all this stuff, and a lot of people talked about wanting to see workouts. So it kind of triggered, maybe that would be something that a lot of people would be interested in. So, and when I don't know if you did 12 days, the 12 days of fitness, but yes. I had a lot of interest in that because people were getting, a move a day. So.
Yes. You're right. I did too. I had a lot. And that's when you said that about the HIIT, I was like, that's what I thought of was the 12 days. And, I wish I caught that call because I think I'm seeing that now in our meal prep. It's like the beginning, there was all these people, and then it's slowly throughout the week, it's gone. And then yesterday, nobody even viewed it or liked it. Yeah. And so it's we have good information to share, and especially with meal prepping, we have so many different things to do. that really it is a full week's worth. I know a lot of people are probably going to do like a sugar shutout after Valentine's Day. So that's a great idea, but I wanted to do something different because everyone's probably going to do something like that.
Yeah. And that's a great idea. I've never done that one either, but I hear that people have a lot of success with it. So, you know, if that's something, and it is perfect timing because of Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. So I do have mine. I can change this up. I had mine scheduled for the 14th through the 16th, which is probably a really terrible time to schedule it because it lands on Valentine's Day. But yeah, even if we did it like the week after or something, it would be good timing for a no sugar. So
yeah.
We can, you know, when I post this, I can say, you know, listen through our ideas and let us know what you think. And then everyone can kind of give their input. But I don't know. I just think that the HIIT workout, yeah, I don't know. I just think it would be really nice to, and we don't even have to do, if we're thinking that 5 days is going to be too much, we can try and figure out how to split up 3 days into equal, you know, someone could do their HIIT workout and then someone else could do like all of the, you know, motivation posts or that sort of thing for those days. And then go from there. And then, I don't know, anyways, we can figure it out. So we have time to, you know, figure it out so that it's all portioned out pretty nicely. But
I think the 12 days of fitness was, I don't think people lost interest in that as much as they lost interest in like the other free groups, maybe because they have to do it or they look forward to doing it. Mm-hmm. And I know Sindel and I did like some stuff with shout outs. And so like people won prizes if they worked out or they posted a video or they posted a sweaty selfie or something like that. So I think that we could easily do a 5-day and then like halfway through on Wednesday, do that kind of a thing to pump them back up and then do another like prize at the end or something.
Yeah. And so, that I kind of did that too. I just did if they posted their move a day, like a video or a photo, they got entered for a prize. So I literally gave out 12 prizes, which was crazy. But it really did keep people interested and it kept them coming back. And now the group was full. There was so many people in there and it really was just, you know, like a handful of people who were there every day, like posting their moves. But that was fine for me because it was easy to keep track of, and at least there was participation. Like I don't always have participation in my group, so it was really nice to see. And it could have been the prizes, or it could have been just the vibe of the group was really fun and upbeat. I don't know. Prizes are always good.
Yes.
People like prizes.
Yes.
So we can absolutely do that where we each take a day where we could say, if we did the 5 days, we could say we just draw a name for that day for anyone who, just the same way, whoever posts their HIIT workout, and then we'll draw a name, and then we can each take a day sending someone a prize. I don't know if we can say if it's necessarily like our person that wins, because, you know, I don't mind sending 5 days worth of prizes if, you know, it's my people that get pulled. I don't know if everyone's comfortable with that. So we could kind of figure out how to do it where we're, you know, splitting.
Give the prize to whoever won. They're comfortable enough to send you their address.
Right. Yeah. So anyways, I think that those are two really good, the sugar or the HIIT are really good options. I didn't even think of the sugar, honestly, for February, but that's a great idea.
I just thought of that would probably be something that is going to be popular. I know like after Halloween, that was a really popular one. So I figured with all the candy. I feel like I've seen it this month, like early this month, I saw it a lot, and it was probably because of Christmas. Mm-hmm. And so that's where I kind of thought, and for me, that would be really hard. So I can see how it's intriguing to people because I like dark chocolate and I might die.
3 days is not a long time, but I might die.
Yeah.
So yeah, that could oh, that's terrible. I did the 3-day refresh in must have been November. And it's like, this is why I love Beachbody, because in our containers, because we're not deprived. Like we don't have to tell ourselves we can't have something, because we can have pretty much everything that we love, you know, obviously within limits, but I've never ever felt like I'm missing out on something.
Right.
And as soon as I did that refresh, I literally thought I was going to lose my mind. I could not have coffee. You know, it's like all the things you think, well, I could go without that for a day or two if it wasn't something I couldn't have. You know what I mean? Like, if there's rules on it, then you want it more. And I'm like,
oh yeah.
And it was freezing cold here, so cold. Our furnace went out, so it was like right in the middle of snow, and I'm like, I can't have my coffee. I was like losing my mind.
Yeah, and then you had to drink a cold shake.
Yeah, exactly. And no hot food. Everything was raw. So I was like, this is crazy. So then when I saw the 3-day shift, I was like, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, it puts it in a whole new perspective. I did that. I've done it a couple times, and I don't mind it, but it is definitely. I did it like after Christmas, before New Year's, because my birthday is New Year's, and a whole group of us are going to Atlanta, and I was like, this is the perfect time to do it. But it's like right after the holidays, until everyone's bringing sweets in the office, and then my office wanted to take me out for lunch, and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, I know. And that's the thing, is I feel like I could do it again. It was just terrible timing.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was good timing, but then it ended up not. So right around your birthday, that's terrible.
It was. In hindsight, that was really poor choice on my part.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Well, great then. So why don't we try and see if everyone's good to do the group the 21st through the 23rd, or I guess not 3 days, whether they want to do it the 20th through the 24th, or the 21st through the 23rd. Does that make sense? So either 5 days or the 3 days, and we'll kind of determine.
I think with the HIIT, we should do the 5 days. I think the sugar shutout or something could be 3, but I think the HIIT will have enough, and we can each do.
Okay, perfect. And then, like I said, like 6 to 10 workouts. And I say HIIT like I know what it is. I'm not familiar with what it is, so I don't know if there's like a certain number you're supposed to have, or if it's just like a quick.
That's what I think it is.
Okay. So let's say the 20th through the 24th. Does that work?
Yep. Yeah, and then I think we could just each pick a day.
Okay.
So maybe we can, in the morning, post maybe either some healthy recipe or some, one day we could probably even talk about like the Energize and the Hydrate, the performance line, and then even the Recover.
Okay.
For on days that we do like jump squats and jump lunges or stuff like that.
And we can even try and like add that into our videos, or we can do it as a post before, whatever you're comfortable with. I really do think that this will be a good,
I do too.
All of the feedback we got from 12 days, I think that this will be a really good group. And we can even do, so we'll do like a motivation post. We can do the workout and then do a recipe. And I think that would, that's good. And then we'll each just take a day to do that. And I think that'll be good. I think people will really enjoy that. Is there anything else that you wanted to chat about?
Let me see if I had some note stuff written down. Not really. Let me see. I guess the only, and I guess I can kind of, I talked to MK a lot about this too. I feel like sometimes I get in a rut with my posts, and it's like, I think I try to think out of the box. And so I try to think what would people want to see and what do people care? And my problem is on the liking side of it. First of all, I feel repetitive, which I know they don't see every post that you put up. But then I always get stuck because I feel like, well, only 3 people liked that or 4 people like that. And so I think it's not populating, which I've heard time and time again that's not true, because I have like some of my husband is a musician. And so some of his friends, even like it happened again, we were out last night, people will say to me like, I saw your workout this morning, and it's like different people who have never liked, never commented, never said anything about my posts. And then all of a sudden, like, you know, we were headed home and somebody was like, better go home. You know, you got that Beachbody on demand tomorrow. And they're like teasing it. And I'm laughing, and it's like, I've gone back and they've never said anything about my post, but they're obviously seeing it. So the thing is like, I don't want it to be like I'm always posting workouts or I'm always posting recipes, but I feel like it's either like a selfie or a motivational quote or a workout. And I like repeat the same things over and over. And I don't want to be repetitive, but then I try to look at other leaders and then I start to feel like I'm copying. So then I don't want to do that.
Sure.
So suggestions on like, I try to incorporate I have a dog. And so I try to incorporate him in some of my posts. And then MK said something that she quoted somebody else said, make it more like a journal rather than a news, which now I see when I'm writing my posts, I do it like a public service announcement, which I shouldn't do. People don't want that.
Right. So that's how I do all of my posts. And sometimes I think I'm like, if you look at all my stuff, it's like opening a book. Like you could read you could read something and know exactly how I'm feeling, what I'm doing that day. And sometimes I go, oh my gosh, who's going to want to read this? It is crazy how, especially after asking for everyone's feedback the other day and hearing, you know, what kind of post you like, people love it. They love all of the like super raw, like just honest, whether it's happy honest or like the other day I had a crappy day, like my worst mama day ever. And there was nothing I could talk about that was happy. And even though we don't want to be super negative, you have to be honest. And so, I just said, today is not good. And like all of my posts are that way, but you know, then at the end you kind of have to say, but I'm so thankful. And so I try not to be, even when I'm talking about Beachbody or when I'm talking about my workouts, or it's never just about my workout. It's never just about, it's how does my life incorporate into it? And so like, yesterday I posted a video, and my son was running around while I was doing my workout. And, I just talked about how I don't look at him running around as kind of like a burden. It's an extra playtime for us. He has his own weights. He has his own bands. He gets snacks. We look at it as play, and he laughs, and, you know, he's running around, and, you know, and I'm juggling. And so it's never focused on, ooh, I'm doing max 30. I'm doing this and that. It's always about my life. And then Beachbody is just incorporated into it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so, and even when I do, because everyone gets in a rut, and there have been like weeks where I'm like, I don't know what to say. And it is okay to go to someone else that you really admire and look up to and say, what are they talking about today? Now you're not going to go and you're not going to post exactly what they're posting or saying. Right. You're not going to take the same photo, but using that as inspiration is totally fine. And to say, okay, yeah, I'm totally going through that right now. Or I can put my own spin on that and shake it up to be your own words and your own feelings and, just make it your own. Um, and that's just kind of the way I look at it. Sometimes I think, well, I should just put a short old caption on there. And sometimes I do, but it's easier for me to feel like I'm adding value if I'm really incorporating myself into what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So even just something as simple as yesterday we're working on some shelves in here in the house and trying to reorganize. And so I said, we took a family date to the hardware store, and it was my son's first time. And, I described how we were all feeling, and, he had the best time, and I love DIYing. So you want to add in other things other than just what you're doing with Beachbody. Real life thing, like your dog. That's great. People love dogs. People want to hear about that, and that's who you are. Your dog's part of your family, that sort of thing. Does that make sense? And so, and what I've gotten a lot of attraction to, which when I first started, I remember seeing a video and a post that said, never post anything without a photo, like never, because we want people to see us, right? And so we want them to see our face with what we're talking about and that sort of thing. And then, maybe 2 months ago, someone, maybe it was, whether it was Ashley or MK, I don't know, someone in our group said that they just posted about, maybe it was the Beachbody On Demand when we were all starting to talk about that. They just posted, what if I told you could get, $6,000 worth of workout, or no, whatever it was. I don't even know if it was a bod, but just like a description of something. And then, it's for the health bet. Maybe it was for the health bet. And they said, if you could get paid for working out and doing all the things that you would normally do with no photo. And they got a ton of responses. And so we all tried it. I don't know if you tried it, but we all did it. And it was crazy how much interest we got. Yeah. And so now every once in a while, especially on days where I have nothing to say, or I'm like, I can't take a picture right now. Our life is so chaotic. Yeah. I will just write something about, what I'm thinking or what's going on or whatever with no photo. And it's insane. Yesterday, 2 days ago, I posted something about oils. I've never, essential oils. I've never really used them, but I had a headache, and my mom had some peppermint oil, and she rubbed it on my, on my temples and on the back of my neck, and my headache went away. It was crazy. And so I was like, I just posted about it with no photo. And I don't think I've ever got so much interest than the oils. Or, so it's like, you kind of just have to you have to go back and say, okay, well, this did really well, so I'm going to do more of that. Or this didn't do well, I'm not going to do that again.
Yeah. And I've seen, especially on my posts, it's a couple thing. Like if I put up a picture with my husband, there'll be 100 likes on it, or 90 likes on it. And so, or if I put one up of me and my dog, it'll get more. Videos I've noticed of me working out will get a lot. Some selfies will get it. So some recipes, and then other times there'll be 3. And so I pretty much am right on schedule with posting, or I try to be. And I found the early morning. So I have about an hour commute to work. And so I post somewhere between 7:30, 8 o'clock. And then I was trying to post right at 5 o'clock, but I wasn't getting any traction. And so I waited, and now I post at 8, 8:30. Well, somewhere around closer to 8 o'clock my time, and then which is 9 o'clock Eastern time. And I have a lot of people that are still on Eastern time. So I'm somewhere in between there. And so I was trying to do one in the middle of the day, but my work is crazy. I don't always get a lunch. And so I kind of have taken away that middle post. So I was trying to do it at 7, 5, and 8. And then that 5 o'clock one, I think because it's 6 o'clock Eastern time. People are off work, eating dinner, and not on social media yet. It wasn't getting, or if it did, then the late post didn't get it. So I was trying to find kind of when would be the best time to post. So I've kind of nailed down the timing. So I've just stuck with like the 2 posts a day sort of thing. But I feel like in the morning or in the afternoon, I feel like I'm just so boring.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to keep track of what works. And I know like funny posts work a lot better. So if I do like a motivational post, it's like, but if I do something funny, it'll get way more likes. Like a funny, I think one I put up was like the other day on Monday, instead of doing some motivational Monday, it said like, ooh, who invited Monday? And it got like way more traction than like any motivational one.
Okay. Do you schedule your posts, or do you try to do them like in the moment? Like
a little bit of both.
Okay.
So today I'll sit down and write out pretty much what I'm going to do, because I know what's going on for the week. Mm-hmm. And so especially if I've got like a junior league meeting or something like that, I'll try to put up like something like snack on the go before the meeting, or something that's incorporating what I'm actually doing. So if I know that, I pre-write it out, and then I'll just take a picture in the moment, and then I can quick upload it.
Yeah.
But some things obviously go haywire. And so I forget, or I'm running late or whatever, and I don't get it. And so then I have to put something else up, or I'm on my way to work and I go to schedule the post and my mom calls. I talk to her the whole way there. I get to work and then I've missed the whole morning.
Yeah.
So I mean, sometimes life happens. And then I'll try to post it around lunchtime, whatever I meant to post that morning. And so
I'm wondering for that, like that 5 o'clock post, you already have that. Let's say you use something that you, like a photo and something you wrote out the day before, like as if it was today, but you did it yesterday. If you already have that ready to go and you're not trying to do it at 5, on your way home, or whenever you're trying to do it, I don't know what time you get home. But if you're saying like, okay, well, everyone's going to be sitting in their car, and although they shouldn't be on their phones, they probably are, especially if they're in the car for an hour, right? Like you are, maybe they'll be looking at it then rather than when they get home and trying to get dinner on. So if you could do it, have it ready to go, you're not sitting in your car trying to type things out, and you're not needing a photo because you already have one from the day before, and then you upload it, as you're getting in your car or whatever. I don't know if something like that would help if you, it's hard because you have the 2 different time zones.
That's what's hurting me. And I think in the morning, that's what hurts me too, because if I get it ready to go and I post at 7, it's a little bit early for people. I say driving, because I mean, it is what it is. It's a little early for people in Central Time, but then people are just getting to work on Eastern Time. Yeah. So that's why I kind of put it at 7:30, because I feel like then people have got to work, they're a little bit settled, and then they'll pop on social media real quick. Or I'm hoping. But in the afternoon, it's like I've tried to do it at like 4. And so I'm like, okay, let's do it at 4 my time, because you're getting tired at work anyways. And then 5 o'clock Eastern Time. And that works okay. But then the only other thing is like a lot of my coworkers have social media. So I don't want them to think I posted it, which I am. I mean, I'm getting on it. And the beauty with Instagram now is you can save a draft. And so I've been doing a lot of that, and then literally so I literally open my phone, share, and it's done. Like I don't have to think about it. Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of that. And I mean, I can go to the bathroom and do that at work. I mean, I don't, but I can't. I mean, I do it right on the table. Right. But I don't want. And the other thing, this is so stupid, and it's not like I should care, but if it's like a workout post or something like that, my coworkers will see a post I do and literally can look and be like, that's not what you're wearing.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds stupid, but like, even if I do in the morning, they'll be like, did you change today? Because that's not what your posts look like. And I'm like, God.
that gets a little tricky when you're around people who are reading your posts. Like for me,
Yes.
I could do all of my stuff yesterday and post it today. I don't do that often,
Yes.
but I suggest it because I have done it and it's super helpful. But no one sees me.
Right.
I won't. But for someone like you, you're right. That's tough. And then you have to answer all these questions, and then people are like, well, is she really doing this? Like, was
Right.
it really today, this morning, or was it a
Right.
month ago, or whatever?
Yeah.
That's tricky. But with a workout post, you'd think that they would like get that you that you literally showered and got ready for the day.
Well, and then the other thing is I do like, I'll take sweaty selfies almost every time I work out just to have them in a bank in case I need it.
Yeah.
And so like I've done that one morning and I posted it in the morning and I didn't happen to get up that morning and work out. And I was like, shoot, I'll just grab one and put it up.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be instant. And then I'm at work and I'm like, yeah, I got to go home and work out. And then they're like, you're working out twice today? And I'm like, crap.
Dang it.
So then I'm like, yeah, I got to, so then I'm like, okay, do I lie or do I be like?
That's funny. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It does get tricky, but I mean,
I know.
People are, but you know what? That means they're paying attention.
I know.
Paying attention.
I know.
And they care enough to be like, wait a second.
Why are you working out twice?
Like what they're seeing, because if they didn't, it wouldn't
Right.
matter to them. You know what I mean?
Right.
It wouldn't
Right.
care. So I'd say that's a good sign.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was that helpful? I mean, I don't know if I answered any of your questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would just say, and remember, even though you feel like you're being boring sometimes, like, oh, I don't want to do another workout, I don't want to do another food post or whatever, people really like consistency, even though to us, and you have to remember, like you said, not everyone sees everything we're doing. And you have to remember that they don't always, like you said, they don't always interact with you.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean they're not watching.
Mm-hmm.
And with all your friends last night, that was a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
And people really want to see, even though they're not liking or commenting, they want to see the regular things, and they're not seeing everything you're posting. So for us, we're like, man, like I have done this 5 times this week or 5 times in the last 2 days or whatever it is. But to them, because that's our job. So we know what we're doing daily. To them, when they're not seeing everything all the time, unless they're going directly to your page, which is what you want them to do, because that means they're interested. But if they're not doing that, then to them it's just, okay, what's she doing today? It's not overwhelming. And that's also what I say to my coaches about, like, when they feel like they're being super pushy, or not necessarily pushy, but like messaging the same person over and over. Well, to us it seems pushy because we've been doing that all day, right? But to someone else, to whoever you're messaging, it doesn't seem like that, because they just feel like you're trying to help them, because they don't have 10 people coming to them every day. Right. And so I would even suggest to you to do that the next time you do like a transformation post, or even like what was that? Like a throwback, or one of your fitness related posts or nutrition related posts, I would suggest reaching out to all the people who like it and say, or even go back through yesterday through Wednesday. And what I do is I just I click on all my likes, and I open all of them in a new tab, which is a lot of tabs, but I do it because I know like it'll get me there quick. And I just write them a quick message, and I say, just like I said to you earlier, hey, I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you for all the support on my post. The encouragement really means a lot to me. And I've been reaching out to people, trying to figure out, what people like to see, and I'm taking suggestions and any feedback you might have. What kind of things do you enjoy seeing from me, or what kind of posts do you like to see on your news feed or whatever, and and then use those as guides to make a list of everything that they say to you. And, it might be a lot of the same things that you already do. Like, it might be people really like to see your workout videos. People really like to see your nutrition. But like one girl this week said to me, I'm really insecure about my C-section scars and my extra tummy, from having my baby. Maybe you could touch on being secure about things like that. And I thought, okay, I've done that in the past, but maybe she didn't see it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take that into account, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to talk about, not necessarily hers, because I don't have a C-section scar, but I do have a lot of extra skin. So I'm going to talk about, being secure with my body the way it is because of, having a baby and it not being like it was before. And so, taking into account, and it won't be exactly what they say, because your life is different than what theirs is. But, if they're saying and asking, like, this is what I want to hear, then run with it, and then incorporate what you already do. Does that make sense?
That's a great idea.
So, and I got a lot of good suggestions that I was like, oh, okay, doing that. And I even went on things that they want to know things about, like, that I have no knowledge about. Right. And so I went on Pinterest and I like made private boards, and I'm doing research, and I'm, and so, just be creative with the feedback you get. And I'm telling you, people like to give their opinion. So if you ask them, I promise you'll get a lot of suggestions. I was shocked how many things that came back to me. So I would really recommend doing that this week.
That's a great tip. I've never heard that. So I really, that's a good idea. It's an easy way to start the conversation too, because you're not asking them to buy something, or you're asking for a suggestion. And then when you do it, they'll feel
important, like you listened. Yep. Absolutely.
That is great.
Yep. And I think that's really what they want, especially if they're willing to come back to you, and then they see that you responded, in putting out there what they wanted to see. I think that not only will it keep them coming back, and I had a lot of people respond that had come up on my likes that I was like, I don't even know, I haven't seen this name before. And it just relates back to what you said about last night. I messaged them anyways, as if they liked all of my stuff in the past. Instead of just seeing their name pop up once, I just messaged them the same thing. And I cannot tell you how many people of those one-timers that I saw their name pop up said, I love seeing your stuff. I look forward to it every day. This is what I love to see. And I'm like, you're kidding me. Like, I have literally, other than adding you as a friend or you requesting me, and then today when I saw your name pop up, I've never seen your name before. Yeah. And so it's like, it's an aha moment. And it's like, it really actually, I was in tears most of the day, because it's really touching to hear people say, like, you were the reason why I got up and did my workout today, or I wasn't going to, or, you really got me through this tough day with my kids, or whatever it is, and so you don't realize it until you ask what people think. So for everyone, after you guys watch this, I really recommend it. And I'm going to do it regularly. I'm going to start doing that as like a part of my, whether it's my weekly routine or my monthly routine. Maybe weekly is a lot, because it might be a lot of the same people, but I will do it at least once a month. Yeah. To send out those poll questions.
Good idea.
Yeah. I think it's a good practice to start incorporating. So I think that could be maybe everyone's assignment for this week to do that. It could be that you're going to do it from the post you did, yesterday through Wednesday, or maybe you want to wait till this week when you have your transformation stuff and everything's fresh and everyone's like, oh, what is she talking about? Oh, that's right, I just like that. So it's not like I post last week. I would say that let's have you guys do that. And I definitely want to hear all of your feedback and hear what people said, and if it was helpful, at least, if nothing else. So
one question before we sign off, I think we may be coming out of time soon too.
Probably, that's okay.
When is the last day, do you know off the top of your head, for the annual?
The 28th of February. So that's
so we have another month.
Yep.
Okay.
So we have till February 28th.
Okay.
And then it's still available, but the price is going to go up. They haven't told us how much. It'll be in the 200s probably.
Wow.
Yeah. Ashley.
Yeah, it's worth it though.
I know. Ashley mentioned that they were dabbling with 250, like it's not quotable. So don't quote me on that, because she's like, I don't want to get, I don't want to say anything and then have you tell people and, have it be a mess. But
it's still $20 a month though. That's so
right.
good.
Right. So it'll be somewhere in the, I would still obviously be like, this is the last month to.
Yeah.
You definitely want to get them in at the lowest, and then obviously points and stuff. But it'll be somewhere in the 200s.
Okay.
Sure. Where hopefully they'll tell us a lot sooner than later, so that we can start telling people that who are like, I'm not sure if now's the right time, and we can say, well, you might want it to be the right time.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine that they would wait until to tell us. So hopefully here within the next couple of weeks. Maybe tomorrow on our wake up call. I don't know. But anyhow, I think that was really good. I hope that was helpful.
Yes, it was.
Okay. And if you have any questions about anything, just shoot me a message. Like I said, I'm home all day. So obviously I have a lot going on. I have a toddler running around. But I am very easy to get a hold of. So just shoot me a message and we can talk through anything you might have. If you just need to chat or whatever, I am here. So I will post this and let everyone know. Obviously, they'll hopefully watch it and figure out what the assignment is, but I'll let them know in there a little bit to watch all the way through to, get all of our tips and stuff. So I'm super excited to hear what you think about that.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So do we want to do next Sunday at the same time?
Works for me as long as it works for everyone else.
Okay, we can check and make sure this time is good. But I think if we have something on the calendar weekly, so that we can be sure to touch base, especially with this group coming up.
Yes.
We, obviously need to be in contact. So I will keep that in mind, that this time next Sunday. Nope, not next Sunday. Scratch. I guess we could do it before Super Bowl. Probably not a good time to do this on Sunday. I just changed my mind.
We'll figure it out. We can talk about it.
I'll ask them in when I post this. Give suggestions for times too, because we can do Saturday morning or whatever. Okay, cool. Sounds good.
All right.
Have a good day.
Okay, bye.
Anyway.